Tampa downtown bar shooting leaves 1 dead, 6 injured. Shots were fired after a fight broke out around 3 a.m. as Lit Cigar and Martini Lounge on Franklin Street was closing, police said. This was written by Olivia George, a member of the Times staff. I'm reading from TampaBay.com, and this was published originally on October 9th, 2022. Let's go to Tampa, Florida. 7 people were shot and 1 person was killed at a Tampa bar early Sunday after an argument broke out at closing time, according to Tampa police. Officers responded just before 3 a.m. to a report of shots fired near Lit Cigar and Martini Lounge, a downtown bar at 908 North Franklin Street. They found 1 man dead outside the bar from an apparent gunshot wound. 4 men and 2 women were taken to nearby hospitals with gunshot injuries that were not life-threatening, police said in a news release. They said a preliminary investigation suggests that 2 large parties inside the lounge had been arguing. The parties were escorted outside, where the altercation escalated when at least 1 suspect went to a vehicle to retrieve a gun and fired multiple shots, police said. No arrests have been made yet. This is senseless violence. There's no reason why anyone should lose their life over a fight at a bar, Tampa Police Chief Mary O'Connor said in a statement. We are working diligently to follow up on leads and find those responsible. This is a developing story. Stay with TampaBay.com for updates. And that's all there is to this story. And most Americans have not heard of this story. And most Americans obviously do not care, because gun violence has been normalized in America, but it does not have to be this way. Unfortunately, most Americans do not care until it affects someone close to them or somebody in their vicinity, or until it happens in their small town or in their neighborhood, which it will happen. Unfortunately, this is most likely to happen. Americans of all stripes, of all backgrounds, of all creeds and colors and origin will probably deal with gun violence or be victims of gun violence or face some crime related to gun violence in their life. If it's not directly happening to them or their family or their friends, it will happen in their community, unfortunately. And this does not need to happen. I just covered a story in Beaumont, Texas about a similar lounge, a hookah lounge, a cigar lounge, that had a shooting there, and the small business owner had to close down. This, I don't think, is closing down, but it goes to show that we're not safe even at places where we're supposed to gather to have fun and be free and be with other people. 1 person lost their life over something very trivial or very serious, but it didn't need to happen. 6 other people might be injured permanently, might be paralyzed, might need amputations, might succumb to their injuries later, might have expensive medical bills because the United States of America does not guarantee universal health care for its citizens. It does not have to be this way. We could be like Canada, Australia, New Zealand, the rest of Western Europe that does not have shootings that happen at the frequency and rate that they do in the United States. Until this changes, we will continue to see stories like this, and it's a shame that it continues to happen. But with my voice and with your voice and with our actions, we can actually try to make change. We can boycott the gun industry, not buy weapons, not support companies that are supported by gun manufacturers. We can lobby politicians to change the laws. We can only vote for candidates that decide to have actual gun reform in our society, and the ultimate goal should actually to get rid of all of the weapons in the US, legal and illegal. And by the way, for anybody who's going to say in the comments, these people were criminals, thugs, gangsters, and they got their guns illegally, so even if you make guns illegal, they will still get their hands on them. You're right, but we can make it much harder by lowering the amount of weapons that are in society. In every country, Canada, Germany, Spain, France, Italy, they have criminals. But do we have 600 mass shootings in Canada, Spain, Italy, and Germany? No, we do not. Why? Because they make it extremely hard for guns to permeate in their societies. Meanwhile, in America, legal guns eventually end up in the illegal black market. It's very simple. My name is Simon Hill. Thank you for watching Abolish the Second Amendment.